there's not that front out there to lead the way. There's not that person or group to lead the way.
Something else you hit on.
That's what I think the problem is.
And partially, I agree with that. I agree that, especially if you got a touring type situation, which Oregon never really had. I mean, we've had the tours, but not like you guys do down there. See, down here, the cars will, a lot of the guys will stay at one track most of the time. Unless there's a big show at a track down the road, they'll go. You guys tend to move the late models around quite a bit. I think if Bakersfield made them the home track in the state of California, your car counts would start coming up because they know we're going to be on the schedule every week. The other problem that I see with late models.
That's the thing that I could see with that, Corey. For it.
The other thing.
With the home track,
right.
Home money.
Yes, I agree. I think the other thing with the late models is the cost. These cars cost so much that when they're looking at what a lot of us will say ROI or a purse, the return on the investment, is it worth it? Right now, a lot of guys are saying, no, it's not. I'll leave the car parked. I'm going to go build a modified. I'm going to go build a street stock. We're watching that happen.
Oh, yeah. We're seeing it down here where guys like Clay Daly, Rob Sanders, Cody Laney, even
Papich, Toast.
These guys are jumping in. They're jumping in other people's cars, in modified sport mods, pro stocks.
Right.
Out here, they're jumping in those cars and running and keeping the late models parked. Luckily, for us, Cody and Rob and Clay are still running their late models, but a lot of the guys aren't. Haven't seen Drake out here this year. Toast, Bobby Hogue. Those guys haven't come out to Bakersfield yet. It's one of those things that you're looking at it, you're like, okay, do I want to put all this money into a car with new tires, new this, new that, to race 5 guys?
Do I want to put $60,000 into a car to race for what, how racers think? We're talking about how racers think. They're looking at what's going on back east. Late models are thriving. Big shows, 10,000 to win, 50,000 to win, 25,000 to win. A weekly show back there. I mean, weekly shows at these little mud hole racetracks are paying a couple grand, 2,000 to 3,000 to win every week. Out here in the West, that's not the case.
No, 2 to 3 grand. That's a Bud Nationals from a couple years ago type of deal.
Right.
That's a big money race.
Right, where it paid $2,000 the first night, $3,000 the second. We drew 42 late models at the Bud Nationals three years ago, when it was 3 and 2, or 4 years ago. They changed that. Yep. Car count immediately went down. Okay, and this is what, again, this is not my opinion, but an observation. Okay, when those purses are going down, we're seeing less and less late models. Do we all agree to that, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think if you dangle a carrot in front of these guys and give them something to race for, they're going to come out. Now, on the other side of that perspective, there's the track owner. Does the track owner want to put out $2,000 or $3,000 every week
for 7 late models?
But if they put that money out,
6 cars.
Right, and I understand that. I totally understand that. I wouldn't, as a track, if I owned a track and I only had 6 or 7, 8, 9 late models showing up, I'm certainly not going to put up $2,000 to win. But if I put up the $2,000 to win and my car count immediately goes from 10 to 24, that right there shows you.
Then you reward it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, out here right now,
you got to reward. You got to reward car count.
You do. You do, and I think that's just kind of, I think that's the problem right now. And I get both sides. I totally understand both sides. Number one, these guys want to race for more money. Number two, you've got the track promoter. What's he supposed to do? Put up more money when there's only 7 cars? Right. But I do think if there was more money, they would have more cars.
Yep, but it's like you said, it's all about ROI.
Right.
Return on investment. How much return on investment is the track promoter going to get? If I'm going to put up $2,000, $2,500 a week and you're going to show me 5 cars, and it costs you $60 a car to get to enter the race, I'm going to do something like that. It's relative to how many cars show up. And eventually somebody's going to have to step up and bite the bullet, and it's going to have to be on both sides. It might be, some track promoter going, okay, I'm going to put a $2,500 purse up there, but I need at least a commitment of this many cars for it to do it.
Sure.
And it's going to turn into something like that. But the reason I was saying that in the beginning, I was talking about that. Look at our Western Pro Stocks. A couple years ago, when you were first out there for Blood Nationals, we had, 5?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot.
Now they're averaging 17 a week.
Right.
Wherever they go.
A great class of cars.
And that's because they have a group of people.
Mike, you're breaking up.
I don't know why I was breaking up. I haven't moved. But...
Oh, you're on the move right now?
Okay. Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you broke up. We totally lost you there for a second. Kind of go back to what you were saying.
Okay. I was saying, with the Western Pro Stocks, they have new leadership up top that have been running it now for a couple of years. They're almost 17 cars every week. And there's guys that have left the late models and gone to Pro Stocks. Devin Crockett, late model racer, now with Pro Stocks.
Well, like you said, we've seen Clay Daly in a Pro Stock quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Clay Daly's been in there a few times. Rob Sanders has jumped in one every once in a while. There's guys that are doing it because, they're racers. They want to race.
Billy Simpkins.
But they want to race. Yeah, Simpkins as well. Runs a Pro Stock and a Sport Mod. But it's, there needs to be a leader to kind of front the revival of late models. And it can't be a driver.
No, I agree with that 100%.
It can't. A driver needs to be a driver. They need to work on the car. They need to worry about showing up. Let somebody behind the scenes do the behind the scenes work.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a fan stepping in and Pro Stocks, they had 2 fans, a husband and wife step in and say, you know what? We love this class. We believe in this class. We want to spearhead this and make it grow again.
Right.
And that's what's happening now. Now they have C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding as a primary sponsor. They've got Cool Hand Lewis of Santa Maria as a sponsor. They've got Brand West, or Creative Brand West, a sponsor as well. That's those guys are investing back into it.
You're breaking up, Mike.
I don't know why. It could be the cloud cover out here. It's pretty bad, being so cold.
Yeah, cold at 75.
Yeah.
But, those guys are investing back in the program. They're investing in what they race.
Right, yeah.
They put some money up to make it happen, and that's been awesome for them.
That's a good deal.
But we'll get into these late models now, and we'll get off of that rant because that could take up 3 hours in itself.
It could. It's a good discussion. And maybe we'll have that here in the near future. I don't know. But, yeah, give us results for late models at Bakersfield last Saturday night.
Top 5, because we only had 5 cars show. In 5th, Corey McDonald in the 5M. He was part of the Dream Team this week. Did a great job. Beautiful car. It was out there, won a heat race.
You there? Don't fail me now, buddy. I think we've lost Mike.
I think it's gone.
Oh, my God. You killed Mike.
I did not kill Mike.
Mike, call me back. Bummer deal. Get to the late models.
You're one of your classes you love to hear about down there.
I was excited to hear about it. I know there's only 5 cars, but I know some of the guys that were down there, and it was some pretty fast company. We've seen low car count still put on a pretty good show.
Well, yeah.
You don't.
They're late models. They're going to go fast.
Right.
They're going to be loud. They're going to piss the neighbors off at Willamette.
That's a given. Can you give me top 5 results from Bakersfield Speedway for late models? Can you look that up real quick?
I got to get a computer and a hand.
You got your phone. You got a smartphone. That phone is smarter than you are.
That's the problem.
Oh, hold on.
I think he's back. Is he back? No.
We're going to try to find out. Okay, Mike, we lost you. Are you back hot? Are you hot?
I sure as heck hope so.
Bang. New battery.
Your
All right.
battery.
Our 4th place finisher.
We were at what, 3rd?
You were at 4th. We lost you at Corey McDonald.
Okay. After Corey McDonald, Ron Bartell finished 4th spot. 3rd, the 32B at Clay Daly. 2nd, the man who led most of the laps, Rob Sanders in the 10-in.
The Sandman.
You only got to lead the last one. It's the only one that counts.
Who do you think won this one?
Let's see here. 5 cars showed up. You've mentioned Bartels. I'm going to say Cody Laney.
You're
The
fired.
man from Torrance. The terror from Torrance, Cody Laney.
See? I kind of know what's going on down there.
It's like you're stalking him or something.
He drove. He started in the back of the pack. Started 4th. Was able to drive around to everybody else. When he got up to Rob, now here's the thing that I noticed with this one. Cody Laney hugging, running the short way all the way around. Was able to keep the momentum up, keep the power down on the car, and was able to drive away.
Laney is good in any groove of that racetrack.
Rob Sanders was high side most of the race until Cody passed him, and then he went down to the low side and was able to run it and catch up to him, but he wasn't able to pass him.
And Sanders is fast too. That's really good equipment he's in.
Oh yeah, they're top. 1 through 5 there has solid equipment all the way around.
No doubt. Need to start recruiting those guys and rounding them up for the Budweiser Nationals, Mike. That's your homework for the rest of the season. Late models for Bud Nationals.
Those guys are committed to Bud Nationals.
I know they are.
Now we've got to find guys that have got stuff stuck in barns and garages and everything else. Say, hey, let's pull them out of the woodworks.
Well, just 2 or 3 years ago, we had Gallardo up there with a modified and a late model. We had a bunch of cars from Oregon. We had drivers from Arizona. They came from all over. We had 42 late models. Last year, what did we have? 26?
I believe so, something like that.
Still not a bad show, but when you get 42 and you get a B and an A and you really got a reason to race to get into the show, that's good stuff.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's when you get some runs going, and you can the cream really does rise to the top.
Yeah, no doubt.
When you get 26 to make it to the A-main, you only got to beat a couple cars. When you get 40, you have to beat an A-main to get to the A-main.
Well, that was the same year we had Randy Cordy from Indiana. Remember that? The 5 car showed up all the way from, I want to say Indiana, Illinois. He was from Illinois.
Okay.
And he ran well, actually won a heat race, I believe, down there, and was kind of like, I mean, we had Jesse Stovall was there from Missouri. I mean, there was some heavy hitters. There was quality names and quality talent from multiple states. I want to see that again.
Yeah.
But again,
absolutely. I'd love to see the Budweiser Nationals being the West Coast premier, race on the back half of the schedule.
And it has been for a while, but with the late model division right now, everything is kind of just losing its sizzle. We've got to find a way to revive that. That class is on life support right now.
It's had a couple blood transfusions and a couple,
shots from the paddles. Clear.
Yeah,
Sam just shakes his head.